Rise for the class of 2023.
Please rise. Welcome to Awards Day. I'm Georgia Johnson, and I'll be giving the benediction. Please bow your heads. O Holy Spirit, make us instruments of your peace. Please guide us in using our studies to further shape our visions of what our place and call in this world might be. Make us humble, brave, and loving. Fill us with curiosity so that as we apply ourselves to difficult subjects, you might reward us with new insights, fresh inspirations, and small epiphanies, all in the result of a greater love for learning. Bless all who teach and all who learn, in the hope that we might be a lively center for learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of wisdom. As we celebrate Awards Day, watch over those whose accomplishments have been recognized by this community, but also those whose accomplishments have gone unnoticed, so that we may all strive to be thoughtful, honest, and loving students. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen, and thank you, Georgia. I think it's very appropriate, as Georgia said, to honor the accomplishments, which is what Awards Day is all about, but to also recognize the accomplishments of the many that sometimes go unnoticed. And I will say that during my time with the class of 2023, I have been overwhelmingly impressed with the class as a whole. And Awards Day is about honoring some individuals, but for me, I'm very impressed, and I would love to begin by acknowledging the contributions that the entire class of 2023 have made to Baylor, and I would love for you to join me in a round of applause for them. It is a great time to be at Baylor School. We're going to start today with announcing and celebrating some military appointments. It is my privilege to recognize 3 outstanding seniors who have earned military appointments. The first is Jack Gartman. Jack will attend Georgia Military College for a prep year and then attend the United States Military Academy. He will be recognized by retired U.S. Army Major Paul Dean. Major Dean is a Baylor alumnus, class of 1971. So please join me in welcoming Major Dean to the podium.
Thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon, Baylor School. It is always a joy to be back here after 52 years. I'm a retired United States Army officer, as your headmaster pointed out. I'm a former faculty member at the Military Academy, and it's my privilege to work with the admissions department field force, helping young people navigate the nomination and appointment process. A member of your class has been appointed to the West Point Civil Prep Program. That will provide him with 1 year at the Georgia Military College, where he will be prepped. Both academically and physically prior to his plebe year at the Military Academy. To put this into perspective, Mr. Gartman was the only student from the state of Tennessee selected by the West Point Association of Graduates to attend the Civil Prep program, and one of only 40 in the nation. To attend Civil Prep, you have to be fully qualified, but the class was full this year for the first time in many years. So after 1 year at Georgia Military, he will report to West Point to assume his position in the long gray line in the class of 2028. Mr. Gartman, would you join me for just a moment, sir? Upon his arrival at the United States Military Academy for his plebe year, he will begin a process of becoming a leader of character for the nation. He will be attending the best leadership lab in one of the top flight engineering schools in the country. At the end of 4 years, he will be commissioned as a lieutenant in the United States Army, where he will undertake the most solemn responsibility someone can undertake, and that is the leadership of American soldiers. So on behalf of the Superintendent, Lieutenant General Gilland, the Secretary of Defense, and the President of the United States, it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Gartman to the long gray line. And always remember, go Army, beat Navy.
Secondly, today we honor Charlie Cushman. Charlie will attend Auburn University and is a recipient of the Navy ROTC Scholarship. This full tuition scholarship will allow Charlie to enjoy a traditional college experience while preparing to serve as a naval officer. He was intended to be honored today by Chief Mario Johnson, who unfortunately was not able to join us. But I would love for you to all give Charlie a round of applause as he comes forward to be recognized. Charlie Cushman. And thirdly, we honor this afternoon Vivi Christopoulos. Vivi will attend the Coast Guard Academy. She will be recognized by retired Lieutenant Commander Rochelle Barnes. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Commander Rochelle Barnes.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. Thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon, faculty, family, and friends. I am Rochelle Barnes, a retired lieutenant commander, originally from Monterey, California. I'm working on my accent here in the Eastern District of Tennessee. I am here to commend Vivi for getting accepted to the Coast Guard Academy. It is an incredibly challenging task, and so I am so proud and honored to be here, and this campus is incredibly beautiful, so thank you for having me here today. I have two recognitions I'd like to present to you. The first one is from Senator Marsha Blackburn, who would like to congratulate you on your appointment to the Coast Guard Academy and while you're pursuing your mechanical engineering degree and joining the wrestling team. That is amazing. The second one is from Congressman Tim Burchett. He is also congratulating you on your acceptance to the Coast Guard Academy and would like to say good luck and your wrestling endeavors as well as your academic endeavors. The Coast Guard Academy, a lot of people may not know where it's located, but it's located in New London, Connecticut. Bring a jacket. I actually was an officer candidate there, and so my advice to you is please don't throw snowballs at the officer candidates that are there, because the academy the academy students there typically have the lay of the land, and so they can beat up on the officer candidates that are there. So nonetheless, if you would please join me in accepting these two congratulatory letters as well as your acceptance to the Coast Guard Academy. It is just a wonderful honor to be here again, and I'm so proud of Vivi, and I hope that if she has any questions, she can just give me a call. I'm in Knoxville, so thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Addison Johnson.
And I'm Myers McLennan.
and we are this year's editors-in-chief of the yearbook. Every year, the senior class is honored by dedicating the tower to a deserving member of our faculty. This year's dedication goes to a faculty member who goes above and beyond for his students. He always lends a listening ear, and his classroom holds a calming space for students to express their thoughts and ideas without judgment. One of his students states,
I had the pleasure of being on the India trip with our fearless travel leader. He is full of knowledge and wisdom that he will gladly share. When we were in India, there was never a moment without a smile across his face. I think that's how we should all live. Like Mr. Chris Watkins, smiling and laughing, enjoying every moment that comes our way. Thank you, Mr. Watkins, for your endless love to our senior class. Please come forward to be recognized.
Good afternoon, my name is Vincent Oakes. I chair the Fine Arts Department here at Baylor, and I'm also a big Mr. Watkins fan. The Two-Dimensional Studio Art Award recognizes a student who has dedicated their time in the studio to the pursuit of mastery in painting, drawing, design, or photography. Exceptionally skilled in the craft of painting, drawing, and design, this year's award recipient approaches learning like an explorer, searching for hidden gems. This year, she examined her relationship to her home city of Beijing using the traditional architecture of the Hutongs. Please join me in recognizing this year's winner of the Two-Dimensional Studio Art Award, Amanda Chen. The Three-Dimensional Studio Art Award recognizes a student who has demonstrated significant talent and devoted considerable effort in the areas of three-dimensional studio art and design. Utilizing a variety of media from laser cut molds to ceramics and producing work across multiple disciplines, including digital art, architectural and industrial design and sculpture, this year's recipient has been recognized with multiple Scholastic Awards and has been featured in the Fall Teen Curators Show at Stoveworks. Most notably, this talented artist uses the artistic medium to display the contrast between his Thai heritage and life as a boarding student living in America. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Three-Dimensional Studio Art Award, Punch Sokulvotanga. The Orchestra Award recognizes a student who demonstrates artistry, initiative, and dedication to the study and performance of orchestral music. This year's recipient has contributed immensely and impressively to the Baylor Orchestra while still seeking to expand their knowledge with each rehearsal and performance. This recipient has also demonstrated exceptional music making in performing with the Chattanooga Symphony Youth Orchestra as well as the ETS-BOA All-East Orchestra. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Orchestra Award, Georgia Johnson. The Band Award recognizes a senior who has been a loyal and enthusiastic participant and supporter of instrumental music throughout their Baylor career. This year's recipient has exhibited uncommon and unwavering dedication to the ensemble, starting band as a freshman with no experience, while mastering technique and sticking with band all through the pandemic, even while home abroad via Zoom, playing in 2 musical pit orchestras and performing on practically every instrument in the percussion section. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Band Award, Chris Yang. The Vocal Music Award recognizes a senior who has demonstrated active involvement and notable achievement in the choirs during their time at Baylor. This year's recipient has gone above and beyond as a tireless participant, a respected leader, and a skilled vocalist, earning placement in several regional and all-state honor choirs, representing Baylor throughout and beyond our campus through vocal music pursuits. Following several years of dedicated commitment to musical excellence and accomplishment, please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Vocal Music Award, Sydney Kiner. The Theater Award is presented to a student who displays Baylor's commitment to magnanimitas in the theater program in a variety of capacities, including, in the case of this year's recipient, as a student, an actor, a playwright, a director, and as an officer in the Baylor Players. This award acknowledges commitment to the craft, a desire for and dedication to growth in a wide range of roles, and support for all the members of the Baylor Players Ensemble. We commend this year's recipient not only for talent and growth as a maker of theater, but also for being a welcoming and positive presence in Roddy. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Theater Award, Abigail Bailey. The Dance Award recognizes a student for exemplary effort in the studio and remarkable achievement on the stage, all the while serving as a model to other students with a positive attitude and eagerness to grow as an artist. Demonstrating great talent, dedication, and passion towards Baylor's dance program, this year's recipient has served as president and vice president of Verve, as well as representing the program in community events such as the Tennessee Youth Dance Festival and Chattanooga Dances. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of the Dance Award, Kate Fisher.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Price. I'm the athletic director, and I'm here to present the Athletic Senior Awards. The Scholar Athlete Awards are awarded to a student athlete that demonstrates elite levels of achievement in both the classroom and athletics. These awards are voted on by all of the head coaches in the department. The Female Scholar Athlete Award goes to a young lady that has been a three-sport, high-level competitor for 4 years in the upper school in track, cross country, and swimming. This year's winner is Helen Webb. The Male Scholar Athlete Award goes to one of our most prolific Baylor swimmers of the past decade. He will go on to swim next year at North Carolina State, Sam Flack. This has not happened very often in the course of our awards, but the Outstanding Athlete Award and the Best All-Around Athlete Awards this year both go to the same recipient. So I'm going to ask both of them to come up and receive both awards at the same time. The Outstanding Athlete Award is voted on by senior letter winners in athletics, while the Best All-Around Athlete is by the vote of the Baylor head coaches. The recipient of this year's Outstanding Female Athlete and the recipient of the Best All-Around Female Athlete is among the most accomplished track and field athletes in Baylor's history. and she also played varsity soccer during her upper school time here at Baylor. And she will be attending the University of North Carolina on a track scholarship, Evie Colbreth. The recipient of both the Outstanding Male Athlete, voted by his peers, and the Best All-Around Male Athlete, voted by the coaches, is in different attire because he's got a quarterfinal state game to win here in just a couple hours. He's been an all-state performer in both football and baseball. He will actually play both of those sports next year at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. Caleb Hampton.
Good afternoon. My name is Suzanne Collins, and I serve as chair of the English department. It is my honor to represent the English faculty in presenting the Excellence in English Award to 3 seniors who have demonstrated a commitment to excellence and a love of the written word. We present the first Excellence in English Award to a voracious reader who, believe it or not, has spent the last few years reading through the Baylor Library alphabetically. In class, this intellectually generous student often shoulders discussion by purposefully and thoughtfully making connections between a text and experiences in the real world. And as a writer, she composes finely crafted sentences filled with imagery. Please join me in recognizing Lucy Good. The next winner of the Excellence in English Award is a gifted writer who delights in the art of weaving words together, earning her the distinction of being the only student in Tennessee to be awarded a Certificate of Superior Writing in the 2022 NCTE Achievement Awards Writing Program. In the classroom, this student's sharp intellect works in tandem with her empathetic nature to allow her to delve deeply into textual complexities on paper and in discussion, where she often offers thoughtful insights that bring disparate threads of discussion together at just the right moment. Please join me in recognizing Penelope Kwun. Our final recipient of the Excellence in English Award is an astonishingly graceful and effective writer who relishes the thematic complexities of literature and how they engender rich classroom discussion and collaboration. Her open mind, capacious intellect, and authentic grit elevate the classroom experience for everyone. Please join me in recognizing Nora Redding.
Good afternoon. My name is Heather Biebel, and it is my honor to serve as chair of the History Department. The History Department has selected 3 students to receive Excellence in History Awards. Our first Excellence in History Award is given to the highest achieving history student who has produced outstanding work while taking the most rigorous course load in the History Department: AP World, AP US History, and AP European History. It is difficult to articulate this student's prowess in the classroom and her impact on the Baylor community. To say she has left a mark on the History Department is an understatement. This year's recipient not only produced next-level high-quality work in all aspects of the above-mentioned AP history courses, she has also found time to actively participate and lead her classmates in mock trial and debate club during her tenure at Baylor. She is a force to be reckoned with. Please help me congratulate Sophia Baleeiro. Our second Excellence in History Award is given to a student who has displayed a dedicated interest and passion for history during his or her career at Baylor. This year's recipient has displayed a keen interest in history, international relations, and geography throughout his high school career. His passion and understanding in 8 upper school history courses was unmatched. So much so that he was the student who actively followed current events, mastered all the country and capital names on the world map, and loved the challenge of the research paper, where he typically wrote double the required amount. He certainly fits the title of budding historian. Please help me congratulate Owen McDaniel. Our third Excellence in History Award is given to a civic-minded student in the Baylor community who not only excels in history class, but who is also committed to the Baylor debate and mock trial clubs, the Baylor community, and the students' community outside of the Baylor gates. This year's recipient is a civic scholar, the vice president of the debate club, and an avid member of the mock trial team. In fact, this year's recipient is the reason mock trial operates at Baylor today, because she was the student who not only spearheaded the campaign to bring it back to Baylor, but she was also the student who invited members of the greater Chattanooga legal community to Baylor to prepare the students for competition. Please join me in applauding Shreya Srihari for the civic-minded nature.
Good afternoon. I'm Ruth Ann Graham, World Languages Department Chair, and I'm proud to represent the department as we present the awards that correspond to the 5 languages that we teach here at Baylor: Chinese, French, German, Latin, and Spanish. The Chinese Award goes to a hardworking student who has been a leader in the Chinese classroom for the past 4 years and whose natural talent in learning the language has not stopped her from constantly improving. Furthermore, while it is extremely difficult for a non-heritage student to earn a 5 on the full-length AP exam, this happens to be among this student's achievements in her studies. Please join me in congratulating Caroline Schenk. The French Award goes to a student who has demonstrated exceptional language acquisition skills paired with an excellent work ethic, resulting in consistently outstanding performance. This student's love of language learning, open-mindedness, and curiosity are both delightful traits in the world language classroom and sure to carry her far in her future pursuits. Please join me in congratulating Bella Ninadov. The German award goes to a student who has displayed exceptional dedication, effort, and skill in German acquisition. This student is a consummate communicator who deftly absorbs diverse perspectives, spearheads mature, nuanced discussions, and pens thought-provoking analyses, and whose level of engagement and curiosity has never faltered. She is thus deserving of recognition for her positive impact on our German language learning community. Please join me in congratulating Charlotte Murphy. The Latin Award goes to a student who has demonstrated a high level of achievement throughout her years of Latin at Baylor. She has a keen eye for the grammatical complexity of Latin, and her dedication to success and willingness to tackle any Latin passage with the right amount of hard work mixed with humor make her an outstanding student of the Latin language and a pleasure to teach. Please join me in congratulating Catherine Campbell. Finally, the Spanish Award goes to a student who has shown an abiding passion for the Spanish language and culture since the 7th grade, but this year was able to incorporate her interests in reading and literature into her language studies. This student strives for excellence in everything that she does, and her commitment to language at Baylor is laudable. She plans to continue her study of Spanish in college and will no doubt use her skills to make a positive difference in the world. Please join me in congratulating Evelyn Stein.
My name is Adam Weaver. I serve as chair of the mathematics department. I'm excited to present 2 awards today on behalf of the math faculty. The Computer Science Award is given annually to a student who has shown a talent and passion for computer science both in and out of the classroom. This year's recipient was a programming lead for the Ohm Raiders robotics team that went to the international championship and developed an app that's used in French classes to communicate with peers around the globe. He codes big projects like his research that recently won the engineering category at the symposium. I've also seen him write many small, quick programs to help him further explore a new math concept he just learned. I'm happy to present this year's Computer Science Award to Javier Garcia Nieto. The Math Award is given to a senior who has excelled at the highest levels of math at Baylor School. This year's recipient made 2 AP math classes and 2 years of honors abstract math look easy, and he's always willing to share his time and his expertise to help his classmates learn. Beyond the classroom, he was part of the successful M3 Challenge team and the only Baylor student to qualify for the American Invitational Math exam this year. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Math Award, Michael Shing. And Michael's not here today because he is in Dallas representing Baylor at the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair.
Good afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Burnett, and I serve as chair of the Science Department. I'm honored to announce our 3 Science Department awards today. The Scientific Research Award is given to a student who has demonstrated excellence in their field of research and has successfully completed a 3-year progression culminating with the thesis research course. This student worked on a mathematical model related to regulation of developmental timing at the molecular level, and she will be presenting her discovery that microRNA site evolution has tangible consequences on the progression of developmental time in closely related species at the International C. elegans Conference this summer. I'm honored to present this year's Research Award to Kat Campbell. Our Scientific Achievement Award goes to a student who has chosen the most rigorous scientific course load and has excelled in each of these courses. While this student has maintained a better than 100 average in all of her AP Science courses, her real achievement is her persistence to understand all scientific topics as thoroughly and completely as possible. She asks questions to truly understand science, and in doing so, she makes us all better teachers. I'm honored to present the Scientific Achievement Award to Claire Holtzclaw. Our third Scientific Achievement Award goes to a student who has shown a deep fascination and appreciation for the intricate processes of science. This student studies the distribution of microplastics in freshwater ecosystems with the hopes of developing a conservation plan to combat microplastic pollution and their uptake by aquatic organisms. As president of the Sustainability Club, this student has repeatedly engaged Baylor students and faculty in making Baylor a more sustainable campus. I'm honored to present the Scientific Achievement Award to Nora Redding.
Good afternoon. I'm Takesha Haney, and it is an honor and a joy to serve as Baylor's Director of the Community Service Program. The Community Service Award honors students who have made a significant contribution to the RESPECT program through their time, actions, talents, and dedication. In her 4 years at Baylor, our first recipient has demonstrated a passion for helping young scholars shine inside and out of the classroom. Her generous spirit and infectious energy have been a driving force behind our after-school tutoring program at Westside. I'm honored to present the Community Service Award to Respect Board Student Leader, Marshall McGahee. The next recipient of the Community Service Award is more than just a student leader committed to service. She's a servant leader, dedicated to the uplift of everyone around her. She embodies the spirit of respect, regard every soul, purely embracing compassionate thoughts, and without a doubt, she will go far in making a positive difference in the world. It is my distinct privilege to present the next Community Service Award to our Respect Board student leader, Lucy Sutter.
Hello, my name is Ann Catherine Taylor, and I serve as the Director of College Counseling. Today I will be presenting our Cum Laude inductees. The Cum Laude Society honors a group of Baylor seniors and juniors whose scholarship has been marked by unquestioned excellence. The example which they have set as dedicated students, an example that recognizes not simply ability, but an unfailing desire to learn and to improve, entitles them to leave Baylor with our praise, cum laude. Today we are pleased to honor 32 seniors and 5 juniors as members of the Cum Laude Society. These students will receive both a certificate and a pin. They have earned the right to wear this pin at commencement next week as the lone adornment we allow students to affix to their graduation gowns, for it serves as an outward and visible sign of their academic accomplishment. Now, I want to invite the current senior members, elected as juniors, to come forward and join me in welcoming these new members. Our current members are Catherine Campbell, Claire Holtzclaw, Balin Kenny, Penelope Kwun, and Shreya Sihari. New members, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your certificate and pin. Audience members, please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Okay, so the senior members are Sophia Baleeiro. Great, hold your applause, please. Grace Burks, Amanda Chen, Spencer Chenery, Allie Creswell. You can go ahead and get the certificate and then head on back to your seat. I think there's a lot of you. Perm Dawarag, Kate Fisher, Javier Garcia Nieto, Timothy George, Lucy Good, Addison Johnson, Sydney Kiner, Tyne Latimer, Owen McDaniel, Myers McLennan, Annika Mohammed, Burke Murphy, Bella Nenadov, Nora Redding, Caroline Shank, John Shepins, Nathaniel Smart, Victor Stollinger, Jack Tips, Justin Todd, Mavis Wong, Helen Webb, Caroline White, Michael Sheen, Baker Young, Kevin Yu, and Tony Zhang. And our junior inductees, if you can come up as well when your name is called. And a few of these are also in Texas representing Baylor. Rachel Chen, Annie Marks, Maisie Mitchum, Allison Royal, and Cecilia Yuan. And seniors, if you did not receive your pin, you can come get that afterwards. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Wang, and I serve as the head of the upper school, and it is my privilege to recognize the salutatorian and valedictorian of the class of 2023. Having earned the second highest grade average in the 11th and 12th grades and receiving an engraved silver tray, the salutatorian is Javier Garcia Nieto. Having earned the highest grade average in the 11th and 12th grades and receiving an engraved silver tray is Claire Holtzclaw.
Good afternoon. My name is Garrison Connor, and I serve as the Assistant Upper School Head. The first award that I'll be presenting today is the Sumner Smith Award. Determined annually by the vote of members of the junior class, the Sumner Smith Award honors the late Sumner Smith, a member of the class of 2017. The recipient may be either male or female and shall receive an award of $250. The recipient should be a junior who lives out Baylor's mission of making a positive difference in the world by personifying Sumner's personal qualities of kindness, sensitivity, positivity, perseverance, and a keen sense of humor. This year's Sumner Smith Award goes to Lucy Kitzman. Our next award is named for Michelle Kadri, a member of the class of 1991 who was killed tragically in a traffic accident. The recipient of this award combines a strong desire to do their best with a deeply caring attitude about others. I met the recipient of this award in the summer of 2021 during orientation for new juniors. I was instantly impressed with his maturity and focus, but I knew how challenging starting as a new junior would be. Not only did he continue to be one of the most mature and focused students, he quickly endeared himself to faculty and peers with his sincerity and inquisitiveness, cementing him as one of the most trusted members of the senior class. A valued member of the cross-country team and track team, as well as a committed scholar on Baylor's research program, his teachers and coaches accepted his high-level performance as a given. It is his commitment to his teammates and peers and the support that he provides them, along with the way that he cares for others, that separated him as truly exceptional. It is my honor to present the Michelle Kadri Award to John Skeppens. The Service Award is given to a senior who has contributed richly to the school through service. Service to Baylor takes on many different forms, and in fact, Baylor needs the service of our students to be at our best. And in true Baylor fashion, this student has found ways to serve at Baylor, in our community, and across the globe. Here's a quick rundown of the recipients' involvement: Girls' Night Leader, India Tripper, Boarding Admission Council, Student Diversity Leadership, and Dorm Prefect. Additionally, she was one of the founding athletes for Baylor's women's wrestling team. While independent activities and accomplishments don't warrant this award being given, the recipient's theme of service through each activity made her an easy choice. Thank you for your service working with younger students in the dorm, with girls at the Happiness Home in India, with our younger students of color, with your young wrestlers, and in all the other areas of campus that may go unnoticed. It is my pleasure to present the Service Award to Madison Williams. The Faculty Commendation Award is given in years when the faculty feels the need for it to seniors who deserve special commendation. This year's recipient of the Faculty Commendation Award has found a unique way to pair her resiliency and toughness with an unmatched kindness, thoughtfulness, and gentleness. As one teacher put it, she accepts people and herself for who they are and strives to help anyone in need. She has an interest in improving the world through curiosity and love. And Baylor has been fortunate to see, And Baylor has been fortunate to see her begin to change the world, serving as one of the most impactful leaders on the Respect Board in recent memory. With her quiet confidence, she works to serve others beyond the Baylor gates. Perhaps she sums it up best when passing along advice to those in the community service program in her senior yearbook quotes. Please keep working hard to serve others long past your time at Baylor, and remember that you are part of something bigger than yourself. I know this student will follow her own advice. It is my honor to present this year's Faculty Commendation Award to Lucy Sutter.
It is my honor to present now the awards voted on by faculty, and I think it's actually appropriate that we honor the people for which this would not be possible at this moment. I would love for all of the teachers, all faculty, staff, all the adults in the room who impact the lives of our students each and every day to stand, and let's recognize all of the teachers at this point, right? Please stand. Thank you. It is on behalf of these individuals that I get to present these awards today. The Stagmire Award is named in honor of Herbert J. Stagmire, a member of the class of 1921. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to two outstanding seniors this year. The first recipient of this year's Stagmire Award has engaged with every corner of Baylor School. She is a true scholar, taking over 12 AP courses during her time at Baylor, a varsity athlete, Baylor Notes writer, member of Harris Stanford, an Abshire Fellow, a Joe Key Tripper, and a Walkabout student instructor. Those who know her best describe her as quiet but self-assured, selfless but principled, humbled but fiercely loyal, practical yet creative, and young at heart but wise beyond her years. As one teacher puts it, I think she carefully and cares deeply, and as a result, she has had an enormous impact on every program, teacher, and peer that she has met at her time at Baylor. She truly embodies the school's motto, Amat Victoria Curam, victory loves care. The first recipient of this year's Herbert J. Stagmire Award is Lucy Good. The second recipient of this year's Stagmire Award seems to do it all effortlessly. She is not just a participant in some of Baylor's most successful programs, she is the cornerstone of the programs. A Joe Key Tripper, she finds time to participate in global scholars, civic scholars, and scientific research. A top scholar, she is a member of the Cum Laude Society and was named a National Merit Commended Scholar as a senior. And while some students might struggle to find their voice at Baylor, she has maximized hers, literally, as the driving voice and leader of the women's crew team at Baylor, serving as the coxswain for the Varsity 8 and Varsity 4. Even with all she does, a veteran faculty member noted that her ambition is selfless. She is all in for Baylor, not herself. Second recipient of this year's Herbert J. Stagmire Award is Sharia Shahari. The Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award, named in honor of the school's fifth headmaster, who happens to be my headmaster and my mentor. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to a female and male senior who have contributed richly to the Baylor spirit. It would be easy to focus on the accolades and accomplishments for the first recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award. Honor Council, varsity athlete and team captain, Joe Key Tripper, Abshire Fellow, etc., etc. These things offer only a glimpse into the contributions she has made to Baylor and her richness of spirit. There is not a student in this chapel today who has not been touched by her infectious and genuine enthusiasm. Her positivity radiates across campus regardless of venue, in the classroom where she demonstrates mastery and appreciation for her education, in the front row cheering on her classmates at sporting events or fine arts performances, or if she is delivering the most upbeat sports announcements in assembly history. She is not only part of the spirit of Baylor, she helps create the spirit at Baylor. The first recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award goes to Mallory Alley. The second recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award seems to do it all. It would be a great injustice to label the student as just an athlete or just a musician. One faculty member who worked for Dr. Barks in the 1980s commented, "He has the spirit that Dr. Barks wanted in all students." His son Dan, you can vouch for this here. He does so many things at Baylor. Scholar, athlete, musician, actor, friend, leader, mentor, etc. A true Renaissance man. He has found ways to get the most out of every aspect of his Baylor experience. But instead of telling everyone about his accomplishments, he talks about how influential Baylor has been for him and how it is the best school around. A member of the varsity football team, student leadership board, student diversity leadership board, and more, there is no question that he has enriched the Baylor experience for all students and faculty, and for that, we are grateful. The second recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award goes to Kettrick Hill. The third recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award has already begun fulfilling the school's mission to make a positive difference in the world. When she sees a problem or a possibility for improvement, she immediately sees solutions for how she might improve things to benefit individuals and the broader community, both at Baylor and beyond. She does this as a talented musician, dedicated Girl Scout, a Baylor player, an active member of her church, and more. And while some of those things may go unnoticed, we were all witness to the impact this student could have on the Baylor spirit. This fall, she engaged the entire upper school community in an art project geared towards linking the positive effects of art on one's mental health, producing a single piece of art from the contributions of hundreds. What is the Baylor spirit if not uniting everyone behind a common goal and purpose? The third recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Jr. Award goes to Sydney Kiner. The next award is named for Herbert B. Barks Sr., the school's third headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the boarding faculty, goes to female and male boarding seniors who have contributed richly to the boarding community. While the first recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Sr. Award may be seen all over campus engaged in varsity sports, walkabout, boarding advisory council, mock trial, etc., The dorm has been the place she has made her home and perhaps the largest impact. In her role as prefect, she shows relentless positivity, passion, and selflessness while supporting others. She makes a concerted effort to have a meaningful conversation with every girl. She lends a listening ear to anyone who needs to vent, and she brings joy and laughter to anyone who is feeling down. When a student needs help, she puts aside her own worries to support that student. The best example of her community engagement, however, might be found in the simple thank you she gives dorm parents at the end of each night of prefect duty. Her gratitude for the Baylor experience is contagious, and the boarding community is certainly a better place because of her. The first recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Senior Award is Taylor Butts. When the second recipient of the Herbert B. Barks Senior Award arrived at Baylor as a new freshman boarder, his parents described him as a natural leader with a strong moral compass. And, well, they were right. While students develop and mature at Baylor, this student arrived already armed with a toolbox of skills that fit naturally into the residential life community. A 3-year prefect, he made the most of his Baylor experience and enhanced the experience of those around him, even as COVID complicated the boarding experience for students. And he did it all with a smile. According to one dorm parent, to have a prefect that students and dorm parents trust and respect sets a positive tone for the whole dorm. 4 years later, there still may not be a better way to describe this recipient than his parents did several years ago. He is a natural leader with a strong moral compass. Please join me in recognizing the second recipient of this year's Herbert B. Barks Senior Award, Cullen Roberts. The next leadership award is the Alexander Guerry Award, named in honor of the school's second headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to a female and male senior who have contributed richly to the position of honor and right at Baylor. The first recipient of the Alexander Guerry Award took a big leap of faith when he enrolled at Baylor as a junior. He left his parents and friends to pursue his dreams in another country. When he arrived, his teachers, dorm parents, and coaches quickly realized that he is a student who does things the right way. In his classes, he is meticulous about doing his best work. On the football field, he does not take shortcuts. In the dorm, he works tirelessly to foster a positive community. Again, he just does it the right way. One teacher commented, since arriving as a junior, he has committed not focusing just on his own development, but the development of his peers. In doing so, he has enhanced the experience for all of our students by raising the bar of what is right and what is honorable. The first recipient of this year's Alexander Guerry Award is Noah Gravel. The second recipient of the Alexander Guerry Award has the unique ability to draw her peers in with a cheerful disposition and keep them engaged with a sharp wit and intellect. And she has done that time and time again as a 4-year boarding student. Like many students being recognized today, she has an extensive list of accomplishments and activities. It is her ability to balance them with such ease that is so impressive. It would not be uncommon on a Saturday to find her returning from an overnight backpack and then heading to a volleyball game before then finishing the night polishing off the next edition of the Baylor Notes. While her juggling act is impressive, it is her ability to build trust among peers that is her greatest gift. Whether in the classroom or in the dorm, her ability to foster trust is at the center of Baylor's culture of honor. The second recipient of this year's Alexander Guerrey Award is Penelope Kwun. The final leadership award today that we award is the John Roy Baylor Award, named for the school's first headmaster. This award, determined by a vote of the faculty, goes to a male and female senior who have contributed richly to the school, both as scholars and as Baylor citizens. The first recipient of the John Roy Baylor Award has excelled in every measurable way possible here at Baylor. Her vision, positivity, and can-do attitude enable her to accomplish anything and everything she sets her mind to do, and she has. Whether it be in the science lab as part of the Baylor research or in front of a judge at mock trial, her preparation propels her top-tier work. Whether she finds herself on the fencing strip or one of her many AP classes, her meticulous attention to detail results in unparalleled performance. It is her capacity for leadership, however, that separates her from her peers. She takes pride in the work of younger debate club members. She makes sure that underclassmen fencers arrive on time for those 5 a.m. tournament departures, and she shepherds younger students in the dorm as they adjust. For her, it is about supporting everyone along their Baylor path, not her individual accomplishments. The first recipient of this year's John Roy Baylor Award is Sophia. Baleeiro. His academic prowess and dedication cross disciplines is beyond impressive. He is dedicated to his work as part of the robotics team, the Ohm Raiders, and a dedicated member of Baylor Research. One teacher noted, "He is the most gifted high school mathematician with whom I have ever worked, but even more importantly, he is as curious about Einstein's theory of special relativity as he is local politics." The second recipient of this year's John Roy Baylor Award is Javier Nieto Garcia.
Good afternoon. My name is Shaw Wilson, and I serve as Baylor's Assistant Head of School. It is my distinct pleasure to present the Jumonville and Obie Andrews Awards. The Jumonville Award is presented to the best all-around male and female juniors as determined by a vote of upper school students. Our female Jumonville recipient is a young lady who combines scholarship, athletic prowess, and magnanimitas. In addition to her challenging academic schedule, she participates in Global Scholars and Habitat for Humanity, but she is perhaps best known as an outstanding member of the tennis team where she serves as co-captain. This young lady leads quietly and steadily in all these areas by simply doing the right thing and treating others well. As one of her teachers says, her example is a gift to her peers. This year's Jumonville recipient is Helen Geary. Our male Jumonville recipient is a young man who brightens everyone's day with a friendly smile and a kind word. He's a member of the soccer team, a Joe Key Leadership Award recipient, and a student with a challenging schedule. This recipient continues to contribute greatly to the boarding community as a prefect in Lupton Hall. This year's Jumonville recipient is David Wang. Our final awards today are the O.B. Andrews Award, which is given to the best all-around male and female seniors as determined by a vote of upper school students. Our female O.B. Andrews recipient is a young lady who has managed to involve herself deeply in a variety of important Baylor experiences. She's played tennis, worked in community service, and immersed herself in extensive volunteer work off campus. She is a Joe Key Tripper, an Abshire Fellow, and a Harris Stanford Scholar, as well as a 4-year member of the Honor Council, serving as this year's Vice President. One teacher says of this student, "It makes my day absolutely to see this student come to my class." I've had to answer many times over the years that yes, her overwhelming positivity is real, and as Chris mentioned earlier, it has a tremendous positive effect on her peers and the full Baylor community. This year's female O.B. Andrews recipient is Mallory Alling. This year's male O.B. Andrews recipient is a young man we all feel like we know pretty well. He has excelled in the classroom, in the dorm, and on our defending state champion soccer team, despite being nearly 6,000 miles away from home. Also serving as this year's John Harrison Award recipient, our O.B. Andrews Award honoree is most known for his kindness and generous spirit, as well as his 1,000-watt smile. I'm proud to present the male O.B. Andrews Award for the class of 2023 to Muhammad Wampini.
Good afternoon, I'm Jack Tips, and I'm going to be closing us out with a prayer. Let's bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for today and for giving us the opportunity to attend Baylor School. We are blessed more than we know. I also want to thank you for giving us the ability to accomplish these achievements. You have gifted us all with our own unique talents, and you have created us all with a purpose. Help us all to steward these gifts well and for the seniors to shine wherever we go. Lord, please continue to guide the senior class as we begin the next season of life, and help us to continue looking to you for protection and provision as we leave this amazing place. In your name we pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program. If we will allow seniors to lead us out one last time, seniors, you are dismissed.